me go and do this. All right, here we got Dre, myself, Tattoo Squid, with Odin, and I forget the names, but we're gonna just go geeksploration, the podcast.
Yeah, Ben Robinson and John Williams. Odin's my son.
Yeah, I know, but you're your father's son. But I'm not good with names as it is. Usually I'm like, oh, that guy, I know him. But so how's it going? How's your day going? How was your Thanksgiving?
It was lovely. Got to have Thanksgiving with the family and kind of hang out. Ate way too much. Didn't drink too much, so that was nice. I had to drive, so my wife did the drinking too much part.
Yeah, didn't do the drinking myself. Like the girlfriend had nothing to drink, and we had to go pick up my cousin. So we're like, okay, we got to be on the good side. So,
oh,
I guess you had something to drink there, huh?
I mean, I had a couple once we got home. I was also a DD, and I'm trying to stay off the sauce right now. So
yeah,
but no, it was a good low key Thanksgiving. Ended up going over to Ben's family's place and playing some games. So it was a good time.
Nice. So I know you guys talk about more like, I know you probably talk more than comics. It's more comics than probably anything. But we get like a little bit more into whatever we're gonna talk about. Doesn't matter. There's no set process. Yeah. So, but any type of movies that you're looking forward to coming out, like especially with Christmas and all that. I don't know. You're looking for the Christmas movie, or are you just looking for like crazy fucking movies coming out?
I mean, no, go ahead. I was gonna say I don't know if John's seen it yet, but I went and saw Ghostbusters Afterlife. I think that was the last movie of the year that I was super excited about. I'm not sure if there's trying to think if there's anything else coming out this year that that's going to pull me back into the theater. I'm not sure there is.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Ghostbusters Afterlife. I have not caught it yet. I'm still a little cautious about theaters. But also, I mean, shockingly, I'm not really looking forward to the new Spider-Man movie. I'm gonna go see it, but like I don't know why. I'm just not very excited. But I am looking forward to the new Matrix movie. I don't know why. I'm stoked for it. I'm ready for it, and I hope I see what the trailer is telling me I'm going to see, which is something familiar but different. Like a new take on something I've really enjoyed in the past.
Yeah, because I was like, I want to see Ghostbusters. Me and my girlfriend want to see Ghostbusters, but like you said, we could, she's a little bit timid about doing the whole going to thing. I'm like, I don't care. We go like early show. Probably nobody can be there anyway. Because you gotta see the installations of everything else. It's like, Ghostbusters, you got the first one, second one, and also now you got the third one, which is 20 somewhat years fucking later. But it is what it is, and you guys see what's going on. But I hear some great stuff from like everybody else that's seen it.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was just a good proper sequel. Like I don't want to say too much about it because spoilers and whatnot, but it's good. I walked out of the theater very happy. So
of course you should. Every time you go see a movie, you should be happy. Like, hey, and then you're like,
yeah. If they're doing their job right, and you're not watching Schindler's List, you should walk out happy.
That's like crazy enough as it is. You're like, oh, I wonder what I'm gonna see in Schindler's List. Oh, a whole bunch of dying. I don't know. And then you walk out like, I don't know what happened. I just went back in time. But c'est la vie, c'est la vie. Yeah. But Afterlife I want to see. Matrix, yeah, but it seemed like Matrix is going to be like, it feels like it's going to be like a Matrix with John Wick.
Yeah. I mean, he looks the parts.
Yeah, that is his look these days. They can't get him to cut his hair or shave his face for anything. But I'm just hoping that they play like it seems like they're playing a bit more with the with psychology of it. And like this might be a little more of a psychological thriller as opposed to just turbo techno action movie.
Yeah, I'm hoping they don't just like retread the first one again.
Yeah, that's true. Like go back to the first and then redone it. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
that's what
just
certain people were saying that was going to happen, but I'm like, hopefully not.
I mean, it kind of looks like they've got like the young Morpheus or whatever. I'm not sure what's going on with that dude.
Yeah,
He definitely looks like a young Morpheus coming and doing some stuff. So like if they don't retread it and they do something cool, that like I'm kind of hoping they go completely sideways with it and do like a it was all he's just having a psychotic break, or like it was all some sort of imagined thing, and he starts stops taking his meds and it starts up again.
yeah,
See, that's actually what it seems to me like they were playing on in the trailer. And that's what I'm really looking forward to. And that dude is confirmed young Morpheus.
Yeah, so
I
yeah,
can't
if the
remember
whole
the
thing
actor's
comes
name
out
now.
in the end that it was all just like his weird delusion, like that would be it'd just be an interesting place to go, and you still get to see all the fucking crazy action and stuff that you expect out of a Matrix movie. Like yeah, I don't know, it'd be better than weird underground barefoot raves that we got a bunch of
true.
in in the other
Big
sequels.
sweaty sepia tone dance
Yeah,
sequences.
yeah, I don't need any of those.
So how far has anybody gotten with Hawkeye? Anybody got into the Hawkeye
I mean,
series
it
yet?
just it just came out what, like yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, but they have two episodes already, so you figure it's like
Yeah.
one, I think it goes week by week, but surprisingly it's two episodes already.
Yeah, I haven't checked into it yet. I've just been well, even though I don't feel like I've been busy, I have been too busy to remember to watch it. But I did tell the lady about it last night. We're looking forward to starting it at least. I don't know, like Hawkeye isn't one of those characters that I ever really thought needed their own series or their own movie. So I'm curious where they're going to take it, because obviously they feel like they have a story to tell. So
Yeah,
I'll check in.
Hopefully they have a story to tell and it's not just, here's a stepping stone to this other thing and in a way to make some money. So yeah, I'm
Disney
hoping.
doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Disney's not shysters,
Hmm.
no. But yeah, I was watching one episode, and I think we didn't get through. No, we did. We got through the first episode. We're going to see the second one, but then we got tired. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, we see like flashing lights, and we live in an apartment building, so it's just crazy. And then we found out there was a homicide. Oh wow, yeah.
On Thanksgiving,
One of
family.
Yeah,
those.
it's like, oh, you didn't cook the turkey right. Fucking shit.
Yeah.
I was
Jeez.
like, oh, Jesus Christ. But then we weren't sure, because then all of a sudden we went to do our Christmas decorations, and as soon as we got out there, we saw the police, the big huge RV,
Oh,
the
yeah, like the
the
SWAT
crime
The
van.
scene.
paddy wagon.
No,
Yeah.
the crime scene.
Oh,
Yeah. So we're looking like, oh, it's a crime scene. I was like, what's going on? And the best part was like, we got into our garage. We're getting all our shit. All of a sudden, they had like 3 cars like in the no parking area. And all of a sudden, here's the garbage pail guy, the picks up the garbage. Couldn't get in because there's those 3 cars, and she was like, "What's those?" I'm like, "I think those are the cops, the cops that are plain clothes."
no.
So then all of a sudden the guy's like, it's like, what the fuck? I was like, this is great. We got front row seats.
Yeah, drama.
Action
Yeah.
packed Thanksgiving.
I was like, the day after it's on Black Friday. Fuck the buying. Yep. Speaking of Black Friday, are you any of you like a Black Friday person? Even if you're doing it from home, I guess.
Today I think is the first time I've gone to a store on Black Friday in years, and it was just because I had an appointment. I had a flat tire on my truck. It was like a slow leak, and
Hmm.
so I made an appointment to go take to take my truck in, and I had to sit around for like an hour. So I went to the comic shop. They were having like a 20% off of everything sale, and so I hung out at the comic shop for like an hour and a half on Black Friday and picked a couple books up and a game.
Oh, hey.
Awesome. Was that in Folsom?
Yeah, Folsom A1.
Man, I meant to make it in. I also just went to a comic shop today. They were holding a couple of books for me, so I just cruised in there real quick. But
Did they give you anything
yeah.
off? Like, did you get a Black Friday sale on your saver? Because you bought
Um,
it on Black Friday.
No, it was a different shop. Unfortunately, yeah, I
Ah.
do plan on cruising out to some A1s just to cruise the back issues, but no, I'm not really. I mean, I'm at this current moment, I'm broke as shit. So I don't. I would love to go out and get me a new TV, but nah, I remember, years ago, Black Friday was the thing. Like I
Oh,
loved it. I remember when they started doing midnight Thursday, stuff like going and hanging out in the parking lot and then just, going in with all the crowds. It was a madhouse, but it was fun. But yeah, I don't know if I'm just getting old or if COVID has changed me, but I don't know. I'm not really venturing out into the mess. I think it is that I'm old. I don't want to deal with people.
no, it's just like for me, I'm like I was never a Black Friday guy, because
Yeah.
no pun intended for wrestling. I'm not a Heyman guy. I'm not a, but I wasn't like a Black Friday guy because honestly, you go into the stores, it's crazy madhouse anyway. Well, back in the day,
Yeah.
now I don't know. And, I was going to do DoorDash today, but I'm like, nah, it's gonna be fucking hectic, because I'm not gonna get anywhere. But as it is, I'm like, I'll try to do it online. And plus now it's like the end of the month. That's when you do your fucking rent.
Yeah. Bills are due now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like I'm like, I have no money to get fucking shit early.
Yeah, it's not on the 15th when I get to act like I'm rich for a couple days and then go, oh shit. That's
Exactly.
right. I do have bills.
Yeah, you're looking at like, oh fuck. And especially when it's like early and all that, I'm like, I gotta pay my rent today. I'm like, I'm supposed to wait until next week. Shit. But but is there any like movies, like Christmas movies? Are you like fans of Christmas movies?
Yeah,
Since
I
we're
mean,
in that month of it,
yeah, I was just talking to my girlfriend who's picking up our kid right now. That like we should start decorating the house and watch a Christmas movie, like start a tradition this year, because that I'm kind of a stickler about the holiday. Like I don't celebrate Christmas until after Thanksgiving. Day after Thanksgiving, it's fair play. Yeah, I half jokingly, tell my kid like respect the holidays, but yeah, I'm looking forward to watching Home Alone tonight. I'm not much of a Christmas Vacation fan like my lady's family was, but I'd like to start a tradition for Home Alone. I think that's tops for me.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just say, for me, every year I force my family to sit through Muppet Christmas Carol. That's an every year movie for me. That one gets watched.
That's the one movie that you watch several times in your lifetime.
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
not much of a repeat viewer.
Yeah, that is an every Christmas movie. That one comes on.
Yeah, you have to first time because I watched the Muppets Halloween. They had a special on Netflix. I watched the Muppets Halloween, and I'll do the Muppets Christmas, the Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
But then Gremlins or Die Hard.
Batman Returns. Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Batman Returns is.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Die Hard, that's it's like, oh, it's snowing, but then also Batman Returns as well, because snow comes down, everything else, and it's Christmas.
I mean,
explosions.
Home Alone's barely a Christmas. Like, yeah, it takes place during Christmas, but like you could take Christmas out of that, and it wouldn't really change the movie much.
True.
That's like
it could be on 4th of July.
Yeah.
And you'd have fireworks to use.
Or every rich person's weekend,
No kidding. We're just going to France because it's
with your 9
April.
Fucking kids and leaving your giant fucking house in Chicago. Like, yeah, those guys are not relatable.
And you're 3 foot tall. We call it soon to be drug addict. But I mean, honestly, it is a good movie and all that, especially when you got Joe Pesci in there and you got I forgot the other guy's name, but
Daniel Stearns.
Yeah, Daniel. It makes like the whole fucking outcast of the whole thing great. Like I said, I'm not good with names. I can see faces and maybe that outer rim part of myself, but I don't know.
I can't remember why I walked into another room to do something, but for some reason, actors' names just stay in my head. I don't know what it is.
I'd be like,
yeah,
that
guy with the hair.
He was in The Thing, that other movie with that lady.
Yeah, with the flames coming out of his mouth. I don't know.
Yeah, apparently they just made a new Home Alone. It's Home Sweet Home Alone, and I'm kind of scared to watch it. It does have Buzz from the first one in this,
Yeah,
apparently.
it
Yeah.
looked dumb. I watched the pitch meeting for it, and that's about it. And
Oh yeah.
did not inspire confidence.
Isn't there like a older looking kid and a little, and I am not body shaming anybody, but a little bit chubby.
Yeah. The main kid's got, yeah, he's kind of he's a little round,
Yeah.
like a very rotund.
He's not like cute cuddly, like a little kid. It's just like he looked like he could handle himself anyway.
Yeah.
Little kid that's gonna beat your ass. Ellie Kemper, take that.
With a candlestick. No, I'm just kidding. With a candy cane that looks like a candlestick. No, but how about? Or you say you don't do the Christmas Vacation ones and all that, but how's we call it Mr. Robinson? How are you with the we call it the Christmas Vacation movies?
Oh, I love Christmas Vacation.
Yeah,
National Lampoon's all the way. Like I don't watch it every year, but I've got nothing against those movies. They're great flicks.
I'm thinking about watching it even like tonight, maybe. I don't know. I gotta think about it. See how the girlfriend goes for it.
Yeah.
Especially with the shitter's full.
It's time, I mean, it's time for Christmas stuff now. Like we were gonna go get our Christmas tree today, but I think my wife wants to wait for her dad to go with him. So, and he's not available till like Wednesday.
Yeah.
But we usually go out and get our Christmas tree the day after Thanksgiving.
So
go up and cut one down.
see, now that was my own question. Now, any of you like a real tree? Obviously, you're a real tree. We call it, or a fake tree.
Yeah, we cut one down every year. We go find one and cut it down and bring it home. And I like the smell. You don't get that Christmas tree smell from the plastic ones.
Mr. Williams, how about you?
Yeah, we use a fake one right now. I love real trees. I loved having a real tree when I was a kid, and when we switched to fake at home, with my parents, it was blasphemy. But a few years ago, we went up with Ben to try to cut a tree down, and me and the lady have very different ideas of what makes a good Christmas tree, and it made a very frustrating experience. So I think after that, we were just sort of like, oh, and we ended up with one that was just infested with spiders, and I hate spiders with all of my being. So I think after that, we were just like, you know what, let's just get a really decent looking fake tree and call ourselves happy. But I don't know, I was just talking to her earlier, we were thinking about going up and cutting one down this year.
You just got to pour a bunch of pine sol into the base, so it still smells like a pine tree.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Oh, what if the cat drinks it?
Oh, jeez. Actually, my brother had one Christmas, he got a cat for some reason. He wasn't a cat person at all, and he gets his cat. And my wife, when I was married, she's like in the like, she loves animals. I love animals too, but it was just to the point where my brother calls me up and he goes, "Listen, I need to talk to your wife." I'm like, "Why?" It's like, how to get a dumbass cat out of a Christmas tree. Because it's just sitting in there going, "No." I'm like, "Oh, great." Yeah. I'm like, "I don't know. We're gonna have to call her up." And she's like, "Just put your hand in there and just pull them out."
Yeah, that's a thick tree. If you're having trouble getting a cat out, wow.
No, it's a little kit. It was a kitten. It wasn't even like a big one. It was just a kid.
Climbed up in there and got
can't just manhandle it. Just
but he felt bad because he's a big, burlapping looking. He's my younger brother, but he's like huge. He's like, feed me Seymour. But not to say he's gonna eat cat. But we do go Chinese. But anyway,
we got a cat this year for the first time, and we're taking care of my mother-in-law's cat through the holidays. And I'm curious how it's going to do with a Christmas tree. I don't think it's ever experienced a Christmas tree before.
Maybe a little countertop one.
So it's going to make a mess of it, I'm sure.
Yeah, but that's when you have to start like watching it. I hate to say it, but you're gonna have to like watch the tree every once in a while and just
don't put anything delicate down on the bottom. A while ago, it was about 4 weeks ago, we have a like a cast iron stove, the
Mhm.
little wood stove that we heat the house with. And we lit that for the first time, and she jumped right up on top of it and just burned the shit out of her paws
Oh,
because they're, the thing is, it's like 750 degrees on the outside of it, and so like she
yeah.
jumped up, like her front paws hit, and then she just like did a backflip backwards off of off of it, so her back paws didn't hit it because she reacted so fast. But
Wow.
she couldn't walk for like 3 days.
Oh, you know that's gonna hurt, man. When we were younger and all that, your grandma has like, making like pies and shit. And all of a sudden, there's that little fucking little motherfucker right there. We call it that burns up in the middle. And then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, what's this? And you're oh, son of a bitch. And you got like
Mhm.
4-degree burns in between your fingertips, It's like, all right, the FBI is not gonna find me,
Oh yeah, and I don't know if you've ever tried to put like gauze on a cat's paws when they're hurt. Boy, she was not having it. I was like trying to wrap them up so that she wouldn't. I was worried about her going in like the litter box and getting, getting infected and shit.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
But
yeah.
she wanted nothing to do with me cleaning them or dressing them in any way. So I was like, all right, cat, you're on your own.
Yeah, which is funny because my girlfriend, she had a cat and she was afraid because the cat would just scatter whenever anybody was around. And I came along and I sat down, and the cat jumped up, laid on my lap, and she goes, oh my God, she likes you. She doesn't like anybody else. I'm
Now
like,
it's
hey,
your cat.
yeah, which is fine. I mean, I love the cat. It's great. Unfortunately, died of oh, I forgot what it was. It was like internal bleeding, but it was like something else that the vet told us, and we're like, what the fuck, really? Yeah.
Jeez.
Why didn't you say this before from the checking out stuff, But but when I was married, we had like 3 cats. And this is one that didn't like me at all, doesn't like being held, just goes in, just goes crazy. So one night, came home drunk. I was like, hey kitty, how you doing? Son of a bitch. Yeah. Tore up my whole leather jacket.
Oh,
It was, oh yeah, I said
gotta
that too.
go.
I was like, oh, no, I still wore it.
Oh,
No,
no, I meant the
cat's
cat's
gotta
gotta
go.
go.
Yeah, no, I can't. That's my wife. That was my wife's cat. I was like, I can't do that. She's like, no, she's okay. It's like, you can get a new jacket. I was like, all right,
How do I say
whatever.
it? Wife's gotta go?
Yeah,
No,
something's gotta go.
no, she passed away like years ago. So
Oh shit.
Oh.
My
Yeah.
apologies.
no, that's okay. We called out, because she had like cancer, and what's going on, and this is like prior to knowing what's going on. So we had
Yeah.
like we have 3 dogs, 3 cats, like, and we had 1 apartment.
It's a
So
crowded apartment.
Ah, shit.
yeah, and it's like, you figure with kids, you get kids like, oh, we got to feed those mouths to feed and everything else, and these are the mouths to feed. It's like, what we're gonna eat? We're gonna have takeout. Like Taco Bell or something. I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm thinking about
Always
that
sounds
now.
good.
I'm like, I had turkey already. I'm like, now I'm gonna move for Taco Bell. Yeah, I'll eat. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I had Thanksgiving food, earlier on yesterday, and then just snacked around the house a little bit. When I went over to Ben's at night, like they had little Smokies there, and I couldn't stay out of them. But boy, was my stomach not happy in the middle of the night.
Yeah, little smokies are good, but I don't think they're good for you in any way, shape,
No,
or form.
I had a rough morning.
He had to run. Not to say running. Yeah, we're doing the run. It's like, oh shit, I gotta go. You'd be like that. You'd be like the movie Friday.
I've seen Friday in years. It's
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh man, come
movie.
on, man.
I've been playing GTA San Andreas, so I feel like I'm in that movie.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you've probably seen Ice Cube and Chris Tucker sitting down there in the corner. There you go. Because I played a couple of times. Now, are you all gamers? I mean, you play. You're a gamer. Fans or?
I'm a fan, but I'm not a devotee. I just that I've got too many things that take up time, and video games I squeeze in the cracks. I don't devote a whole bunch of time to it.
Yeah, I would play a lot more if I wasn't like an adult with responsibilities and stuff. Like I played a ton of video games when I was younger, like when didn't have anything to do with my life.
Yeah.
But it's hard to find the time to play as much. Like since I got Game Pass on Xbox, I find myself playing more because I've got access to more games. And like I was playing
Yeah,
Minecraft before this with my kids. We finally got to the Ender Dragon, and
nice.
I went to I wanted to make some like poison arrows for the fight with the Ender Dragon. I was like, all right, I need dragon's breath, and I asked Haley, my daughter, where to get it, and she said, well, you have to go, with a glass bottle and like scoop it up from like the Ender Dragon shoots it at you, and you got to scoop it up. I was like, all right, cool. And I went and did it right before this, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna make those arrows. It's gonna be awesome. And I was like, wait, how do I get back? And she's like, oh, you don't. You have to kill the Ender Dragon. I was like, son of a butt. I can't kill him. I didn't even bring a sword. This is supposed to be an in and out kind of operation.
Does your daughter do like this every time? Like you're just trying to play around. You're like, oh, what do I do now? But it's okay. Give me that.
Yeah, well, I lean on them for all the Minecraft knowledge. Both my kids, they know way more than I do. I just kind of show up and play.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna kill the Ender Dragon tomorrow, so that guy's going down.
I don't know. I tried. My nephews are into like Halo, just
Yeah.
because of the fact that my brother's like playing Halo, and with the whole headset, the thing, the microphone. You're like, I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker. And then and I'm like, dude, you gotta have responsibilities and make sure the kids don't see you getting acting that way. And he's like, they do it too. I'm like, yeah, they see you.
See a little
I
5-year-old,
didn't
I'm gonna fuck your mother.
Yeah, I didn't
Like,
even
whoa.
think about that. That like those kids that were doing that, 10 years ago or 12 years ago, and when we were playing that with any real dedication, like they're all adults now.
Yeah.
They're having children.
They're
All
still
that
probably playing
racist,
too.
homophobic shit they were spewing at me.
Yeah.
But they're still like, fucking playing now as it is, You can't get that up,
Yeah. We just started playing Halo Infinite. That's on Game Pass now, and my son's been playing the heck out of it. He paid for the battle pass, which I've never understood, but I guess that you get more cosmetics and stuff. I don't know. I don't understand a lot of the battle pass, microtransaction shit. People paying real money to put fancy skins on
Yeah.
on their avatars is I don't know, it's a bit foreign to me, but he's been enjoying the shit out of it. I played a few rounds with him. I mean, it feels like old school Halo. I mean, it didn't feel significantly different other than it's new on the new console, but it felt pretty much like Halo feels. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, because
like should it feel
Yeah,
improved somehow, or is it great because it feels just like we remember it?
Yeah, if I paid $60 for it, I might feel a bit shortchanged. But since I didn't pay anything for it other than the Game Pass subscription, sure, why not? Halo.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember the old days, man. You go to fucking Blockbuster and get fucking games for like $3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, $3 or $4
weekend of it.
Yeah, $3 or $4 or some shit like that.
Yeah, go rent a cartridge for the weekend.
Or if you do Nintendo,
Mm-hmm.
they don't know the struggle. I tell you, they probably do now, but they're like, it's no problem. You take the CD out, like fuck that.
Oh, how pretty soon they'll be like, what the fuck's a CD?
Yeah, I know.
Like those are dying too.
Well, it's going to be like Back to the Future too. Those kids saying like, you mean you got to use your hands? That's like a baby's toy.
Yeah, you'll be doing this every time. You're like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
all right,
All virtual. It'll be implanted in your brain.
or my case, I'll be like, I need more singles. Do
a little Duke Nukem, shake it, baby.
Yeah, I have an Oculus Quest, man. The VR stuff is pretty rad. I don't use it as much as like I like part of me is always like, yeah, you should get the new one. It's like, well, I use it like once or twice a month. So is it really worth buying another one that's mostly the same? But it's rad. It's a fun experience, man. It is definitely a different way to play games.
Hey, John was a party at Ben's house and would start poking at him when he's playing. Yeah.
I'm shocked that in all the times I've been there and he's playing, I haven't fucked with him like physically. Like I just like trying to have conversations with him, and he's completely zoned out. Like, he's immersed. I get it, but like it's like I'm not even there. So I've talked some shit that he hasn't caught on, as far as I can tell.
I snuck up on my daughter when she was playing a horror game, and like just
Oh, nice.
snuck up on her shoulders, and she screamed, and it was funny.
That's half the reason I won't play a horror game on there, because I'm sure you do that to me too.
Now, Oculus, they have a horror movie like that. We call it called Oculus.
Oh yeah, that was more recent, wasn't it?
No, I think it was probably a couple of years. I think maybe 4 years. I don't know. This is way before COVID was going around.
4 years is recent to me. I still think shit that happened a decade ago.
Yeah,
like a couple years ago sometimes.
But
20 years ago was the 80s, right?
Yeah, right.
That's my best year, man. That's my best fucking now I'm gonna say season, but that's my best week or part of the century, I guess it is. 80s music, 80s hair, 80s. I had everything going on except for the motorcycle that matched the fucking vest I had. And believe me, that's what my brother said at my fucking wedding. He's like, he has the motorcycle, he has the vest, he has the ripped jeans, the earrings, the hair, the tattoos. All I need now is the motorcycle to go with all that. And I'm like, you got money?
Yeah. Where's it at? Wedding? Sounds like a wedding present, buddy.
He's like, you got money? I'm like, yeah, it went into the wedding.
So you look like one of the Satan's helpers from the end of Pee-wee's Big Adventure, or towards the end.
Jesus. Yeah. I get we call it every time I go into like a 7-Eleven, depends on what size it is. I'm looking like a tall, huge, like, oh my god, you're so intimidating. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm a cute colored teddy bear. What the fuck? But my friend's girlfriend at the time, not at the time, but when they first met, me and my old friends went to a Dunkin' Donuts, had my old friend, he was going through a bad marriage and everything else, talking to this girl, and then like months down the line, they're still going out. I mean, to this day, it's about maybe 6-7 years now, and they're still going out. Possibly get married. I don't know. I mean, they got the kid, they might as well make it official.
Get the package deal.
Yeah. So they had so we went to this bar in Long Island, and his girlfriend comes up and she goes, I almost didn't walk into that Dunkin' Donuts. I'm like, why? She goes, because of you. And I'm like, me? Because at the time I had this like tank top, my tattoos on, and I had like the crew cuttage kind of head, not like what I have now. I have something where it had some hair, but it would look like a crew cut, like a skinhead kind of thing. And all of a sudden she goes, you looked intimidating. I'm like, no, I'm not. I know what the fuck. I'm like, hand me a beer. I'll be more unintimidating right now. I'm like that Kelly teddy bear and all that, but you piss them off, it's all over.
And he's a murder bear.
Yeah. Now we're getting into something good. How about horror stuff? Horror movies. Any of you into the horror movies? You're into comics, you gotta be into horror too.
Oh yeah. No, I love horror movies.
What is your favorite horror movie?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I sound like Ghostface.
Okay, I may be stretching the definition, but one of my favorite movies of all time that was early slasher is Psycho by Alfred Hitchcock.
It's definitely a horror movie.
I wasn't sure if it was just like psychological, just something, but no, Psycho is one of my all-time favorite flicks. Love it to death. Speaking of the 80s, like that was an amazing time to be growing up, with slasher flicks. You had horror comedies like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which is bizarrely making a resurgence now. Waxwork, House. Like I loved horror movies in the 80s, but I'm notoriously a big wuss. I won't go watch a horror movie at night by myself in the dark. Nope. But like Poltergeist fucked me up when I was a kid. Like
Yeah,
Poltergeist
Poltergeist is a
ruined me.
good one.
That is good. Like 1, 2, or I think they had 3. I think, but
Yep.
Yeah, and then I mean, my favorite of all time is, I mean, I lean towards Night of the Living Dead. It's really good. It's just a solid flick, but I might go with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I really like the original. Was it like 73 or whatever, Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
yes, 7. Yeah, actually
Somewhere
73
around
when I
there.
was born. So yeah, it was like
Yeah,
around that
somewhere right
time.
around there. I just that it's got that good, authentic, dirty, scary horror feeling to it that's hard to get in, at least especially with big movies now, to get that kind of, like it felt real because they were using like real slabs of meat rotting in the Texas sun and fucking
Yeah, I know.
actual bones and shit, like, 'cause that's what they had to work with. The production of that movie sounds fucking miserable, but
Yeah.
love that flick.
I mean, if you look at like all the ones like Nightmare on Elm Street, the Friday the 13th, Hellraiser, Children of the Corn, you could put that in there as
Yeah.
well because that's psychological. But it also there is a demon that's controlling them as it is. It's not that little like bratty fucking kid, but
Oh
um,
yeah.
Poltergeist, yeah, it's always good. We could, and especially now. I said this to a couple of people already. Heather O'Rourke, which is the little girl with the blonde hair, if she was still alive, she would be the queen of scream queens. I think she would surpass. I think Jamie Lee Curtis probably. I
Yeah,
would think.
Yeah, she'd definitely at least be there with like Linda Blair in
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
the young girl pantheon. Because Exorcist, I get that it's legendary, but I didn't see it until later on in life. So for me, it didn't hit the same. Like I think Poltergeist did to me what Exorcist did to everybody else.
Yeah. Because especially you don't want to have pea soup after seeing that, like shit. I was like, I'm not eating what she had, you know. It's not like Harry Met Sally. I'll have what she's having. Yeah, but not like that. No. But we call it, and I don't know if you can consider this movie a horror movie, but Cujo.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Stephen King, man. That's definitely a
Mhm.
horror movie.
Yeah, oh no, I know that, but I mean, like certain people are like, "Oh my god, he had rabies." It's not really like possession or something. I'm like, yeah, but still, that fucked me up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll be pretty horrified if a dog tries to eat me. So
Yeah.
I think that fucking counts.
Well, I think it sort of goes into the same category as like Jaws. Like I would consider Jaws a
yeah,
scary movie. I mean, you've got a force of nature, that's out for blood, and you can't stop it. Like, okay, that I think that fits in there.
I
yeah. If
mean,
you make, yeah,
it scared the shit out of a lot of people. So I think it definitely, I would qualify. I mean, it's not, torture porn or slasher or, any of it.
It's not supernatural.
Yeah. But I don't think you have to be supernatural to be a horror movie. I mean, first Friday the 13th wasn't supernatural at all. It was just a serial killer essentially.
it was
Yeah, I
typically
think like
her
the
mom,
first like
but
5 or 6 of them
Yeah.
weren't supernatural. I mean, well,
I mean, kind
he
of.
should have been dead.
Yeah.
But they didn't straight up start striking him with lightning until like number 6 or 7.
Well,
to bring him back to life.
the first one is basically, the mom.
Yeah.
The mom was like the
Vengeance.
sorry for the spoiler alert, people. If you haven't seen it, then you've been in that cabin too long. But that's how it goes. Like, she was the killer, but then he kept on coming back, coming back. And it's awesome the way it is. Freddy versus Jason. Obviously, I love that, but I was talking to I want to talk to like a director and see if they can make like a horror movie with that same premise, but every horror icon in, like a battle royal horror icon movie.
Yeah, those things would be great. Unfortunately, like IP bullshit ties it all up. Like the getting everybody to agree, and then I mean, like even Freddy versus Jason, like they put them together, but you didn't really get a winner at the end of that movie. Like they're like, and I imagine both whoever the the people that managed both IPs were like, yeah, sure, you can do this. They just can't be the loser.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, bummer.
because
They have
I
to
had,
win egg.
yeah, I mean, we call it. I had this like idea of like, you had the same thing, the continuation. You had Freddy and Jason fighting it out and getting all the townspeople slaughtered in the process. But then they get into the town of fucking Hagenfield, whatever. And then, here's Michael Myers gets into the fray. 2 minutes later, you see a rift fucking slice open, and here comes Pinhead and the fucking Cenobites, and then Predator and aliens come in on, from the sky, smashes in, and then all of a sudden you figure everything was like done, and here comes Leatherface with his chainsaw coming through the trees.
And then what is it? It's not a Nova, but that big ass yellow boat of a car pulls up, and then you hear a chainsaw strike, and there's Ash to take care of business.
Oh yeah, there you go. Chainsaw on chainsaw. Mm-hmm. He's like, who's gonna win? Does the zany character or the grotesque that looks like a mom?
I mean, Evil Dead is probably on my contention for favorite horror movie too.
Yeah, not definitely, yeah. To go from Evil Dead, what was it? Evil Dead, and then Evil Dead 2, and then you got to Army of Darkness. Yeah. And then you had the series too.
Yeah, I like horror movies that don't take themselves. I mean, I like the ones that take themselves seriously too when they're done really well. But I like good, cheesy, tongue-in-cheek, over-the-top, almost comedy horror.
Yeah,
where they know where they're kind of taking the piss out of themselves as they're doing it, and I'm really into that.
There is talk, from what I've read a little bit and heard, that they might be another Ash versus Evil down the line, probably a continuation.
Yeah, I think I heard something about that as well.
They did that TV show. I watched about half of it, and it was good.
Yeah,
I never got around to finishing it.
Yeah, the one from because I have one season of the DVD, and I think I have two. But
yeah, I watched the first season. I don't think I ever got to watch the second one.
Especially when you guys
it's streaming somewhere right now. So I know I was watching it for a little bit also.
Yeah, I think I was watching it, and then when I went back to watch it again, it was no longer on whatever streaming service I had anymore, and so it moved to a different one. Like, shit just kind of rotates around from streaming service to the other, so they really want you to just pay all of them all the time.
All right, here's a question I want to ask you guys, and I ask this like everybody that comes on the show: who's going to die first, Betty White or Keith Richards?
I mean, hopefully Keith Richards, but I mean, that guy has done a lot of not dying over the years, and I mean, how old are they? Betty White's got to be in her late 80s now, right?
Oh man, she's like 99.
Is she that fucking old?
Yeah, next month, next month. Yeah, we call it. Should be 100 in January 17th, I think.
Holy shit!
So
Keith Richards isn't that old. He looks older than that. He looks 110.
No, he's like 76 or 77, I think.
Yeah, 77 looks like.
He looks like hot.
Wow. Shit. Yeah, I figured he would have been older, but yeah, I guess if he was in a rock band in the 60s, so
well, I bet
he wouldn't be 100.
You see pictures of Betty White from like the early 50s when she was, which I guess at that point she was still in her 20s.
Yeah. No, she's like really like hot looking, but when you see the pictures back then, yeah, especially Golden Girls, that's like the best show you could see. Even for like any age, you could still watch it and have fun with it.
Oh, I love the Golden Girls. I was like, that was like one of my jams when I was like 10. I'd come home from school every day and watch the Golden Girls. It's like they've got a special place in my heart.
So you got Keith Richards for one, pretty much both feet in the ground, or?
I mean, that's who I'd like to die first. I think he's had his run. Betty White's a treasure. We need to keep her around as long as we can.
John, what do you think?
It's hard to say. I think I'm falling with Ben that it should be Keith Richards. I think the only thing that's certain is I bet they will both outlive me somehow. I don't think I'm gonna see which one of them wins, but
yeah, they'll be 135 and
yeah, Keith Richards. I mean, he's lived a lot more than 77 years. I think he's pulled a lot more out of those 77 years than a lot of people
yeah.
get to.
Yeah, this is just great. This is gonna be a good fucking poster, I tell you. We call it the one I'm gonna make up for down the line. I don't know if you ever seen it on Twitter. Because for me, like every person that I talk to and every episode, I write shit down and I'll take everything that's on there or whatever I can find on there. I'll make some kind of like collage, cartoonish, like poster of what, like Tattoo Squid with, you know, geek exploration, and then have everything that's different stuff going in there.
All the stuff we talk about.
Yeah. So then because you look at like I did one for Nerd in Texas. I just finished doing one for Lost Losers podcast. So that one has like himself, myself in there with a haunted house, bunch of ghosts, and Gene Simmons and Shannon Tweed. Yeah. So it's like a clutch, and then there's Goonies with Nerd in Texas. There was Sharknado with Film Rage. So you name it, I pretty much like made it, whatever. So then this one is gonna be a good one. It's all like horror movie stuff. I'm gonna put all it's gonna be good.
Let's see what else we can throw in here to juxtapose against the horror movies.
We'll have to throw some space oddities in here.
Yeah, there you go. Hence the I'm not gonna go there, but anyway. Yeah, it's like danger, Will Robinson, danger. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Lost in Space we got put in there. So, but what is the podcast about? Tell the folks out there if they don't know and they just like, what the fuck am I listening to? Yeah.
Well, we're a couple of middle-aged geeks that talk about geeky things. I don't know. We every other week we have a main topic that we talk about. It could be anything from Ninja Turtles to Weird Al to time travel to jetpacks, Indiana Jones, music, whatever. And we talk about it for a couple hours. We have fun, and then we on our off weeks we do a more casual, just kind of chat show, kind of like what we're doing now, where we shoot the shit. We talk about current news, anything we just want to bring up that doesn't deserve its own, big show.
Hence, folks, and when you look at John's room, you see we call it the Batman on the shelf, and you see you see Skeletor sitting on his throne and everything else. So that's not geeky enough. That is geeky enough.
Yeah, I used to have a full-on Skeletor shrine, but I had to pare it down. It's in a box right now. Now I've just got some
what
stuff
you need is the throne, dude. You need a throne right there of bones, and that's it.
That's what you should be sitting on for all these interviews, John.
Yeah, there you go.
I should figure that out with like a Zoom virtual background.
Yeah.
Just throw that up there.
I'm still trying to figure that shit out. Film Rage, like, oh, you just do this and this. I'm like, I need a green screen and shit like that. So I gotta, I've been looking for a green screen. I just never got a chance, and hence money.
Well, and it does it. Zoom will do a decent job of cutting you out as long as there's some good contrast between you and the background.
Nah, with this, because you got this over here,
too
dark. Sure. And then if I go into the kitchen where I sometimes do shows, there's the kitchen area, and you just see a refrigerator.
Yeah.
So hey, Scooby-Doo munchies, let's go. But what's next for your podcast? Anything new? Anything going on, or venture out into the public?
Right now we're a little slow on it because we've got the Kickstarter for our comic book that is locked up right now. So we've been neglecting the podcast a little bit. Like, I think we're supposed to maybe record something possibly this weekend, because we usually put something out on Tuesdays, and we missed one Tuesday when the Kickstarter launched, and So we don't have any huge plans on the horizon.
Yeah,
Because we're eyeballs deep in a Kickstarter for our comic book Space Oddities right now. That's just eating up all the extra time.
Oh
yeah,
man.
I'd say come the campaign ends on December 8th. So after that, it will pick up business as usual, and everyone can expect things to be normal.
Yeah.
As of right now, I mean, I don't know, we had a good 3 years where we really didn't take breaks. I think we took a little break last year after our first Kickstarter campaign, just when we were fulfilling orders for the
Yeah.
same reason. But we've been reasonably consistent, and I think that's how it works for us. I don't do well with change. So unless we suck and we hear that we suck,
Yeah.
I don't have any intention on changing. But yeah, like Ben said, right now, just with the comic book and life, money is not money. Time is tight.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, these last couple weeks have been not bountiful from Geeksploration, the podcast, but it's coming right back.
Yeah, because we haven't recorded a lot on our own, but we've been on like 10 different shows like this, doing stuff, trying to hype the Kickstarter. And so it's like we've been recording and been on more podcasts than we normally are. It's just they're not ours.
Yeah, it's not our own.
So,
But how can somebody get, say Kickstarter, for the comic book? Is there a site to go to, or
yeah,
or you-
yeah, I can send you a link, but if you just go on Kickstarter and search for Space Oddities, you will it'll take you there. This is the cover of the first one. So Space
Oh,
Oddities.
nice.
Of course, that's probably backwards. It looks backwards on my screen.
No,
it's
it's
cool,
coming
yeah.
through right with us.
Oh, cool. So yeah, that's the first issue that came out last year. You might see that on there too, but Space Oddities 1 and 2 is the name of the Kickstarter. We've got or if you go to at Space Oddities Co is our Twitter handle. I've been spamming the universe, the Twitterverse at least, about this campaign for the last like 4 weeks. So if you find that, it will be easy to find the campaign itself.
Yeah, because we could. I put money into this like Kickstarter for the movie game, and if you don't know what a movie game is, it's basically how we were talking about, like whatever movie it is or TV show or whatever. So this guy Joe Beretta from the Valley Folk, which is a YouTube based show, and also they got their they got like a podcast thing as well. But they had this thing where they get a card and it has two synapses of different movies. So they'll give a description of one movie, a description of another movie, and you gotta meld the two movies together.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's like if you're like a really movie knowledgeable kind of person and you know what the description would be, it'd be cool. That's what I want to get, and that's what I want to try to do on this show. Once I get it, I know I put money into it. I'm still waiting for the fucking thing to come in.
That'll happen with
Joe Beretta.
with campaigns other than ours.
Yeah.
Like, you won't be waiting any longer than we told you to wait.
Yeah. But he's like, oh, they took my $30, right? I'm like, come on, Joe Beretta, I'm waiting.
Well, and there's a bit of a lag time on Kickstarter, but especially I think with games and like indie comics, they're both. Kickstarter's got a ton of cool stuff on it. There are a lot of people making really cool games, like board games and tabletop games, as well as some video games. The video game ones, I've backed a couple of them, and the lead time on those is like upwards of a year a lot of the time, because there's just a lot of work goes into making a video game.
Yeah.
So like there's been a couple that I've like forgotten that I backed almost, and then I get an email from them saying like it's here's your key, and I'm like, oh cool, that thing. So but yeah, the indie comic scene is really cool on there. Like there's a lot of really cool stories being told that's outside the standard capes and cowls of the big two.
Now, if you're going to go for like comic books, and I know you guys do, what type of comic book would be your go-to? Like if you had to go in here, like, listen, I need to get something, whatever. Yeah. What would be your go-to genre of a comic book?
I mean, growing up, I was always a superhero fan. You know, like I think in the more recent years, I've found that superhero comics can be a little tiring, or you know, just a little repetitive. But I mean, that's always been my favorite. Superman and Batman, since I was as long as I can remember, were always my favorite. I love them to death. You know, crime comics can be fun. It's just I don't know. I also kind of follow artists, you know, so whatever art I'm digging, or you know, if I pick up a comic book, it's got great art. It doesn't really matter what genre it is. I'm probably gonna buy it. You know, I really love just comic book art and good storytelling.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I don't know if I was trying to think, like, I don't know if I gravitate necessarily towards any certain genres. Like, I do like sci-fi books and I like horror books as well. But I mean, as long as it's got a good story and or great art, I mean, like a good story, I think is the main thing for me. Like I want something that grips me, and you know, and so if it's something that can grab me and make me want to pick up the next issue, or you know, keep turning that page, that's really what I'm looking for generally.
All right, cool. Yeah, it looks like we could, you know, pretty much that's about it. I don't think I have anything else. You know, I'm hoping that you guys have a great time doing this.
Yeah.
You know, and just tell everybody where you got, you know, they're gonna see you guys. I know you say you're not doing podcasting that much because you got the Kickstarter and all that, but you
Well,
know,
you know, we've got 3 years worth of episodes for people to catch up on. If they want to go check out Geeksploration, the podcast, you can find it on any platform you like. We're also on the social medias. Just I mean, I don't think there's really much out there under the name of Geeksploration. So type that into all your social medias, you'll find us.
yeah.
And we are on Kickstarter.com. We're funding Space Oddities #2. You can also get #1. And in case you're curious what you're getting yourself into, it's a kind of a goofball sci-fi space adventure. A little bit Indiana Jones, a little bit Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's the best way we can describe it. You're going to get some adventure, you're going to get some fun, you're going to get some heart, but hopefully, you know, if we've done our jobs right, you'll be entertained and you'll want to come back for #3, because we got 6 issues in the hopper that we're going to be cranking out for this first story. So come join us, and you probably won't regret it.
Yeah.
You can tell me if you do or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're the kind of person not sure if you want to dip your toe, like you can get issues 1 and 2 digitally on the Kickstarter for like $7. And you know, a little more for physical copies, which are always nice to have in your hand. But I mean, like $7, and the first one was 40 pages, and this one's going to be almost 30.
Yeah, 28 story pages. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, you get almost 70 pages of comic book for $7. It's only 10 cents a page.
There you go.
And we also have all sorts of cool rewards that you can go for. We've got sketch covers, original illustrations. We've got a stainless steel bookmark, trading cards. You can get the original comic art pages. You can get yourself drawn into the comic book. So there's a lot of goodies that you could come get in on.
Nice. Yes, and also, folks, because when you see Ben Robinson, he is not the lead singer of a Monomarth. So,
oh, you've also got a famous name. All right.
Because honestly, you do look like the lead singer of a Monomarth, but you're not. Yeah.
Definitely not.
Oh, you got a famous face.
Yeah. Yeah. Because unless he's from Sweden, but you know.
I mean, I'm Finnish by heritage, but I've never been there.
Maybe a local.
Yeah, I'm not from Sweden.
Maybe he's a cousin or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like a 6'7" cousin. Like, hi, how are you? Okay. So, folks. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I just said that's a big boy.
But yes. So, thank you, Ben, John. thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Hopefully, you guys had, like I said, had fun and everything else, and you know, you're not going to go and delve into the liquid part of this program, you know. But I wish I could. But hey, you know, folks, follow them. You know what they were just saying before. Follow me, Tattoo Squid Podcast. Go to Linktree, linktr.ee/Tattoo Squid Podcast. You'll find everything in there. YouTube. This is going to be on YouTube as it is too. So you're going to see a 3-person motif going on.
Good. I don't think I
didn't know we
my
were doing
nose at
video
all.
too.
No,
I know. Now I feel bad for taking a couple bites of food while we were doing it.
Hey,
I'm not professional.
Hey, if you don't want to be on YouTube, that's all right. You know.
No. I'm just fine with it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So send your panties to John.
Just make sure they're clean.
Yeah. and make sure, just put in a separate folder. And also, if you want, you can send it to Ben too. I mean, from the lead singer of Amon Amarth. Anyway, so everybody have a good night. It is really fucking dark out. And I need to get something to sleep, something to eat too. All right, folks. I'm gonna go and shut off here. I'm gonna talk to these guys a little bit more. Guys, have a great night. All right, take it easy.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Right.